I'm alive. Finally, of course. Hold on. Of course. Um, Very good, Betas. Very good. Okay, hold on. Mhm. Okay, Betas. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Betas. What are this shit on the back? No. WPO. Shakes to stay negative. That's beautiful. Suppress that southeast ridge. Yeah, give Schmidt's all that. Of course, the gold is lacked of Illinois. Of course. Anyway, like, let's take a look at life first. God damn it, man. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Larinio, oh my god. Oh man, I'm not letting you. Okay. Let me go back to models. Alright, so this is 12Z GFS. Start off. Hold on, let me wait for the thing to load. Won't load. Load! Stupid idiot. Oh, things are loading. Oh my god, that's why. Anyway, so you got a bit of snow in the southern Canada, actually, far northern Montana Rocky system. Then we get this cutter system at the beginning of the week that's been shown on the models. No snow for anyone listening, like the far northern part of Michigan. It looks like maybe some people in eastern Canada will get snow, but that curves way up into the north. Then this is our Thanksgiving system. Takes a odd track. I will say there's a weird track. It looks like it go like this, but then it curves to the south. It goes like south and west. That's weird. I'm not gonna lie. And then it goes up the coast. On Black Friday, I'm not sure what this white is. Is that like some rain hole? Hold on, let's see. Where's like precipitation? No, it's a legit rain hole. That's kind of insane, but whatever. And then it goes up the coast, and it's an inland storm. Not much cold air to work with in place. Although, yeah, not much in the way of cold air. We'll have to see it in the end. It could change. This could change. And then there's not much going on. There's literally nothing besides lake effects now. A huge dip in the jet stream. 540 line is down South Georgia. We got a 2 meter temperature. Freezing line is in like the middle of Alabama and Georgia, so deep south freeze, hard freeze too. For many places. And this storm gets thrown out to sea, but if this actually is able to form, this would be like all snow. If this was able to be on shore, and this low was like right here, then everyone would get pounced with snow because of how much cold air is in place. I mean, you can see this is pretty good cold air in place. So yeah, I'm not kind of disappointed about that, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. And then oh, I'm not on composite reflectivity. That's That's not good. Um, I don't want composite reflectivity. I would like missing precip. Yeah, so it gets snow at the shore. Then we get this system to develop in the north. It doesn't really do much. Then this brings mostly rain. So when it precipitates, it's rain. When there's cold air in place, there's no precipitation. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, totally. Not mad. Not mad. Not mad. Everyone remain calm. Hold on. Alright, now I'm gonna take a look at the age of the pot temp anomaly. Alright, so we get our initial oscillation. This is even cool that it already happened. This was the reason so many places that don't usually see snow in November saw snow in November. Like me in DC, people, I believe New York saw some flakes. Philadelphia saw some flakes. Many of the I-95 cities saw some flakes because of colder air aloft, even though temperatures were in the upper 30s for many places, many coastal cities anyway. Let me get a bit of a cold push, I would say. Um, it's cold. It's more of a north-south split. The south, far south is much colder. The north is warmer. On Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving morning. You can see here, much colder across the northern plains, but colder across central and eastern states. But you have a bit of a southeast ridge present. If I go to the heights, the Bobby Miller height anomalies, you can see it's not a huge southeast ridge, but the trough is it's not. There's no trough in the southeast. I guess is what you would say. Um, but for the 2 meter temperature anomalies, probably look similar. Yeah. So you can see it's about average in northeast, but southeast ridge is present, and then northwest is colder than normal. Anyway, I'll go back to inch 50 pi. I think that's a better. I think that's better. What's up? What's up, Levi? What's up? Yeah. What are your thoughts on Davis? I might ask. You know that huge announcement. Anyway. So this would be like Thanksgiving night probably. It's still warm across the East Coast, but most of the continental U.S. is colder than normal, especially maybe except the far northwest. He was not happy about that. Wait, did he talk to you or what? Like what? He said he was gonna talk to you, or is he like joking about it, or is he actually like pissed off at you? I thought he was joking. Wait, which one was it? Is he joking or is he actually pissed at you? He was not too mad. He wasn't okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But anyway, it's gonna be quite cold. Uh, really after Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving won't be actually. It's gonna be like afternoon Thanksgiving. So as long as you're in the southeast, you'll be fine because southeast are rich. But everywhere else is gonna be cold as shit. Holy. Actually, I'm just gonna go to 2 meter temperatures because that makes more sense. Yeah, so if you're not in the southeast, it's gonna be chilly up it. I'm gonna go to the northeast. I live in the northeast. Actually, I mean, I'm going to New York City because 30, 38 for sound 38. Oh, I'm so sigma. Well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, um, new September Levi WX. W's in the chat for you. Anyway, so we have 850 temp anomaly, so this temperature's at 5,000 feet. You can see one initial cold push, but you have cold behind it, and this will be a story reinforcing cold shots. You have this cold shot, really, but then you have cold behind it, more cold, and then you have warmth. But look, you pause it here, it looks like, oh, it's going to be warm. Uh, you know, the cold blast is done. Nope, we get more cold on the way, and then we get more cold on the way, and then finally, it looks like we might be getting warm. But still, this is a pretty insane pattern. The cold and average temperatures last like almost 8 days, I want to say. So, um, yeah, pretty insane to think. No, that's okay. All right, we're gonna go to height anomalies. We're gonna go to the North Pacific because that's actually pretty important what happens there. So if we look at our height anomaly, North Pacific, you can see. Actually, I'm gonna do North America. That Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, I'm gonna do Northern Hemisphere. That makes more sense. So look what's going on in Europe. This is a pretty classical Greenland block pattern. This is negative 42 hours, but just to show you, blocking in Alaska, blocking in Siberia, blocking in Greenland, you get colder in Europe, you get colder in the eastern US. Another area to pay attention to is troughing over Japan waters. It's actually hard to see on this, but like right south of here, this is the PDO region, and look at how much troughing is going on across the Japanese waters. And that's important because when there's troughing over Japan waters, it tends to encourage the cooling of the PDO. So significant troughing here will likely cool the PDO waters, which is good because I'm sorry. Anyway, it's good because we don't want the PDO. The PDO is it's a horrible thing. Actually, it's very bad. We hate the PDO. So yeah, that's important. In terms of other things, I think I'll go back to North America. Easier to look at. It's not so hard on the eyes. Anyway, so what's forcing all this cold air southward is really mainly it's this block in Alaska, and its back with the ridge extends all the way to the west. Right now, it's not in the west, and that's why there's a trough in the west, and this is actually a negative PNA pattern in a way. It's technically a negative PNA, but it looks like it to me. And that's why if we look at our temperature anomalies, it's colder in the west. You can see it's colder in the west. So that's how the pattern starts off, but it's not how it ends up. So if we go back to our height anomalies, you can see that this Arctic, this miniature trough, you can see the north-south split, right? Positive AO, so you're not getting that, but you have this building negative WPO, building negative EPO, and look at this blob of cold air. Like, watch it and notice how it develops. And then you have a full ridge in Western Canada. You have blocking over Siberia. You have decent east. You have an east base or west base NIO, I should say. And that's going to cause many cold shots. You see this ridge building in Western Canada, and we get extended cold. So that's the GFS run. Where we end up isn't great. We have a bit of a west east base NAO, but a building positive NAO and a negative and a WPO, negative EPO, a positive EPO. What am I saying? Now, this trough south of Alaska could actually encourage a positive PNA. When you have a trough south of Alaska, sometimes a jet goes like and curves back up and make it like a dip in the jet stream in the east. That can happen for sure, but it wouldn't be as cold. So you cut off like a big cold source. The cold source would be like Western Canada, which is not as good as like Siberia or Alaska or the Arctic, if you know what I mean. So we can still be colder with a trough in Alaska, especially if the trough is south of Alaska. So this is not the worst thing in the world. Definitely not. Another European AI model. That's much different. I'm just gonna go to precipitation, even though it doesn't have any You can't tell rain from snow. Um, if it precipitation is inside the blue, assume it's snow. I don't know how to say it. Besides that, so this is an interesting run. I don't the 540 line you can see right here. Would this mean snow? It's hard to say. If we look at our we can take a look at our temperatures. I don't want PowerPoint. So, um, this is why the European AI model sucks. By the way, it's not good. It's not good. Not good. Not good. Um, but oh my god, is it literally ever gonna load? Is that thing it's gonna do? Can it please load? Please, man. Okay, let's go. Alright, okay. Yeah, if we go back to here, there is actually decent cold air in place. I will say that it's 34 degrees in DC. If you go west of DC, go west of I should say 95 instead of DC, but this is basically 95. So along 34, go further north along 95, it's 32. But the only 95 city it's in at this point is DC. This isn't even bad cold air. This is probably a best case scenario. The European area is showing. This would be snow. Would it accumulate? Probably only on grass, if I had to guess, because precipitation rates look decent enough. As we move into the afternoon, temperatures in the mid 30s. This would probably stay snow. Uh, look at the temperature. Again, okay, it doesn't say 850 temps, but here, and then you can go to the 850 temps to see the difference. So yeah, it'd probably be snow or maybe freezing rain. Would it accumulate? It's hard to say. Probably accumulate north and west of that. Why do people say north and west of 95? That's such a it's a nothing statement. It would accumulate west of 95, not north and west of 95. That's a horrible statement to say. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to say like north of I-70 or something. I don't know, north of I-70 and west of 95, something like that. North of the Mason-Dixon line, but uh, north and west of 95. Like which point of 95 we're we talking about? That's genuinely a nothing statement. But anyway, so yeah, and then that moves on out, and then it moves up to 95, and we get the low is it's in a good spot, but this is not heavy precipitation, but it is decent cold air. You can see that there's no sound there, but you can guess that New York City's probably in the same boat as like DC and Baltimore and Philadelphia in terms of possibly some grassy accumulation. This is like a best case scenario. I'm not gonna lie. This is a best case scenario for the storm. So that moves on out. I'm gonna get high pressure to build. I'll go back to continental US. But that's makes more sense. We get this storm and it kind of fizzles out in the Gulf. Um, Pacific Northwest storm. This looked like it would be mostly rain, judging by the fact that there's no 540 line. We get this storm to kind of dive southward. But other than that, there's not much. I guess we get this like Clipper type system. I would say, but that's the European AI model. All right, I'll go to the temperature anomalies now. Not really sure why. Hold on. Okay, so this was a couple of days ago. I see warm in the east, negative PNA, and really we got oh my god, it's not loading. This is such a bad such a bad like my computer's so bad. Sorry. Um but anyway, oh my god. Okay, hold on, let me Finally loaded. Alright. So we got colder air aloft, and that's why many places saw snow that you aren't used to seeing snow in November. You can see this colder air aloft. You also had evaporative cooling, you had dynamic cooling. A lot of processes that play into someone getting snow at like 40 degrees or upper 30s. But anyway, um, as we head into Thanksgiving week, it looks warmer across the east, really. This is Andrew 50, but the reason I'm using this is go like 2 meter. There's all these like I don't know. There's all these like random warm spots, random cold spots. I don't know. I don't like it. I have a pet peeve against it. And also, my favorite person actually uses Andrew 50, so I'm gonna use that too because I trust him. Anyway, it's just a good idea of how the temperature pattern is going. And don't pay attention like here. You see, the DC Baltimore region, Philly is the most above average. Like northern PA is like slightly less above average. Like don't pay attention to that. That's not too specific. But anyway, we do have a bit of a north south split at the beginning of the week. Colder in the north, warmer in the south. Then we get this pretty massive dip in the jet stream in the central states. You can see uh much colder across the central states, also colder across the eastern states, but not as cold, but mostly cold further across the northern plains or Midwest. I would say upper Midwest. And then that cold moves eastward, and look how cold it is. That southeast ridge is being absolutely suppressed. There's no southeast ridge whatsoever. If I go to the heights, you can see barely any of the southeast ridge. Um, so no southeast ridge, and you can see that cold getting reinforced, quite chilly, especially across the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, and that's gonna stay for a while, and then finally we start to get warmth. But this looks like another cold blast incoming. If I had to, from the Northeast, maybe if I was betting man, this warmth out west would likely push this cold air further south. All right, now I'm gonna go to the heights. I'm gonna do the North Pacific because that's I want um, if it ever loads. Jesus Christ, this thing never loads. The image you requested isn't available. That's nice and funny. I guess I'll go in Northern Hemisphere. Um, I apparently the European eye is not a real model, so I'm gonna have to go to pivotal weather because it's a bad model, I guess. Anyway, I will share my screen again. Um, okay, so one of the height anomalies. So what's important about the North Pacific is that when we have high pressure, there's actually a good example of it over Alaska and Siberia. That tends to hold on. That tends to force Arctic air southward. So we have it here. It's not really doing its thing. It's a bit of a delay. Another thing that does is it often has troughing over Japan waters, which which cools the PDO. And that's what we'll see over the next really couple of weeks. So if I just gonna play it out, you can see you look at Japan waters, you can see troughing over it, and you bit of a ridge, but for the most part, there's troughing over Japan waters. And if you look at Alaska and Siberia, this go back a few frames. It's actually a really good look at it. This will force the Arctic air southward. I can kind of see that dip in the GGs. It's not really see here, but you can kind of see it. I keep playing it. And also you have troughing over Japan waters. So there's double good with this. You can cool the PDL, Arctic air southward, and that's gonna continue. That looks like it's gonna continue for a while, and then it kind of breaks apart. We still have troughing over Japan waters. We still have positive PNA, but we don't have that cold source. So there's actually like not a ridge in Western Canada, but we don't have a cold source, and we want a better cold source than Western Canada. I mean, Western Canada has a bad cold source, but you can see a negative, not a positive EPO trying to develop here. But yeah, that's interesting. Last look. Let's go to the North America and just talk about the other things that happen. All right, so we get blocking over Alaska, blocking over Greenland. It's gonna force colder southward progression. This is a positive AO, so you're not tapping into all the cold of the world, but you're tapping into a good amount of it. And we get this pretty significant Arctic blast to come in. We have another, let's be honest, this is a huge ridge out west, and looks like a stretched polar vortex to me. So the polar vortex is long, but when you stretch it out, you can still get Arctic air southward. So this is a stretched polar vortex, just building ridge in Western Canada, forcing Arctic air southward. So this is probably an even reload the pattern. As I say, this would reload the pattern potentially. Now I might go see some of the European model. Yeah, okay, now I'm gonna do the European model, which is not out. Wait, hold on. Hold on. If it show up with tidbits, how bad is it? How bad? How bad is it? Okay, it's not. It doesn't matter. Alright, whatever. I will. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, European model. Maybe precipitation type of rate. Like smaller. Okay. Anyway. The European model. Go national. Mm, um, so we have the Rocky system. Not too much going on. High pressure southeast ridge. Nothing too surprising. Because no snow for anyone to start Thanksgiving system. So you can see that rain snow line parks right along the northern Missouri, central Illinois line. I would say. That is a cutter that brings nobody snow. Then we got a huge dip in the jet stream. Pretty significant ridge in Western Canada. Big dip in the jet stream. Yeah, yeah.